So take a little journey with me. Take a little mountain climbing journey with me, if you would. Step into my shoes. You know, because when you first start out mountain climbing, it's a lot like speaking. You're lower on the mountain, and the trails are well-defined. You can see them, and a lot of people have done that. Like keynoting, we're talking about going beyond the keynote. When you're keynoting, that's been done before. Lots of people are keynoters. There are lots of really clear paths to doing that. And if you come to a fork in the road, the trail isn't clear and you're not sure you're going the right way, there's usually a really big blaze painted on a tree to say you're on the right path. But then, as you get higher in elevation, the trees start to go away. And there are not nearly as many, maybe some scrub brush bushes, but then they're gone altogether. And you don't have any at all. There's also no trail for you to follow, because when you get high up, you're on rock in most cases. There is no trail. Think back right about this time last year. Business was good for all of us, great for a lot of us. And calendars were full, events were happening, and we were doing great. It's almost like all of a sudden, all of us were thrust above the tree line with no trail to follow and no clear path forward. We didn't know which direction to turn. First of all, congratulations for staying in the game, because you're here. And why are you here? You have a message to share. You've done your research. You've practiced. You've given a bazillion speeches. And all of a sudden, that's not enough. Somebody changed the rules of the game. So now you're just trying to find a path forward and find a way to put one foot in front of the other. In the climbing world, the experienced climbers that go to the summit ahead, they put out things called cairns. And those are to mark the trail for the people that come behind them so that they know where to turn or even just have a confirmation that they're on the right trail. The only sustainable resource to create those out of is rocks. So essentially, they're piles of rocks indicating that you're on the right path or you should turn here. On some mountains, like when we climbed Mount Washington, the cairns are really close together. We had a clear day, and we couldn't figure out why the cairns were so close together. And then we realized Mount Washington is known for, it's got the highest wind speed in the whole world. It's known for changeable weather, unpredictable, change on a dime. The experienced climbers knew that the people that came, if it was in a big fog or heavy snow, and that came upon them quickly, they needed the cairns close together in order to be able to make it to the summit. Some of us feel like we were caught in a thick fog in 2020. We need the cairns close together. So essentially, we needed to figure out how to put one foot in front of the other. That's my mantra. That is my mantra when the climbing gets hard. I just want to put one foot in front of the other because it always gets hard. During this conference, essentially our speaker guides have given you all the guideposts they have. They've given you their straightest route to the summit so that you can duplicate their success. What they've also done, though, is given you their places where they messed up. They made a mistake. They veered off and maybe had to come back in and didn't take the straightest route. And they've done that in hopes that you won't do that. Take their experience and apply it. Don't go the same route they did. The truth is that our speaker guides have given you the best piles of rocks they've got. Some of you might think they have rocks in their heads, but that's in a good way. That's only in a good way. So today and tomorrow, this conference won't be any different. Do me a favor. Please don't let this be another conference where you leave, you label your notes, and you put them on a bookshelf to gather dust. I have two thoughts to leave you with. First, really consider, from all this information, what's resonating with you? What are you feeling drawn to? What next step are you going to take? And then think about what resources or who you need to help guide you to take that next step. The second thing is to consider your personal self. You know, acknowledge what has happened over the last year and the disruption that all of us experienced. What do you need to give yourself the energy and the stamina to take the next step and stay in the game and put one foot in front of the other? This is a picture from the top of the crater on Mount Kilimanjaro. And I'm going to get emotional, but my hope is that all of us are going to see the sunrise together, not from above the horizon, but from above the clouds. So, thanks. Thanks.